P, you know what I was thinking about the other day? Real shit, before you even asked this, Nate. Before Klay Thompson had a good game off the bench and whatever, one of the hardest things to actually come to grips with is being less. You know, you worked your ass off to get to a certain confidence. And then I think as soon as you get king of confidence, then some of your physicals start to drop a little bit. Your vertical ain't as high, your explosion, you know. I always said you had like an elusive kind of game because you would look like you were so, and then you would, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of, I watched you age gracefully because you couldn't really, you know what I'm saying? Because you start playing the four, you got the, you know, because you shoot, so you start really stretching it, and then the league start going in that direction.
Right.
I had to go to fives, and the next thing I looked up, I was guarding Shaqs, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, but I've always said that one of the hardest things for me, and you got to be real with yourself, is on the decline. And that decline is real, and it's more of the physical ailments, because as your physical declines, your mental actually gets better. Your confidence in what you do, because you don't really do a bunch of shit. You know what you're doing, you get right to it, and you do that shit. You don't go after a bunch of extra shit. You be more effective, I feel like. You know, you don't use a bunch of energy in places where you don't need it to. And I got more effective as I got older. I could pass, I can shoot, but yeah, when your physical starts to go, bro, you got to be real with yourself, and yeah, you got to find ways to still make yourself effective. But that was one of the more harder things to go through, to watch. You know what I'm saying? Because Pete know I love to practice, I love to prepare, and I prepared a certain way. And then those same things that actually made me, the player I was, also was the things that I felt like was hurting me. So, because sometimes I felt like, not sometimes, but sometimes the outside perspective thought that I should take a break, or I should do things a little lighter. And, you know, old dog, he don't know light. You know what I'm saying? I know what I know. I've gotten here like this. And if I can do one thing, I probably would have took my foot off the gas a little bit at the end, just because, you know, going hard was what I knew. You know what I'm saying? But it was real hard for me. What about you?
When I knew it was the end, I was like, all right.
Well, just declining.
No.
period.
I mean, I knew I was, like, once I left Boston, I knew I was going to take a lesser role anyway, which I was cool with, for carrying a heavy load for so many years.
Facts.
You know, so I was cool with that, you know, not having to be at the forefront of just like pressure on me to go out here and be the top scorer and top defender on this guy. Yeah. So I knew that. So I was cool with playing that role for a few years. You know, I thought though, when I knew it was like, man, it's probably time to retire. So, you know, I got to Washington and we had a cool year. I called game. And then I was like, damn, you know, I went to the Clippers and I was like, damn, I could probably help the Clippers get over the top. You know, I could be that dude down the stretch. I could be, you know, that X factor. But when Doc didn't start me after I called game, and I was coming off the bench, and Wesley Johnson was in front of me, I knew it was the end. It was the end.
Wesley, yeah.
I knew it was the end. I was like, damn, I must ain't got it no more. Doc, I'm here with Doc, and I just called game. Like, what's going? I just called game, and now I'm thinking I could, you know, at least come in here and play a starting role. But I started coming off the bench, and I was like, oh, all right. You know, coming off the bench is a whole nother mindset, bro. Because, you know, as an older player, you know, when you used to starting so many years, and then you coming off the bench, you don't know how to prepare for that, you know, because I'm in layup line, I'm stretching, I'm getting a good lather, and then I'm sitting down. So now I done went through all this as an older player, now I'm sweating, so now I might sit down in real time. If you just talking about not clock time, real time, I might be sitting down for like 30 minutes.
27 minutes.
27 minutes.
You got to damn near shake your leg, get up, move around, grab your ankle.
So just mentally and physically, and it's a different mindset like that you got to prepare for, and you kind of like in shock. So now you coming in, you done warmed up, then you get cold. You know, coming off the bench is for young dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like an older dude, if you still in the league, you either starting or you just it's time to retire. You straight up if you ain't.
Keeping it 100, did you think you was better than Wesley?
Yeah, I did.
And you thought you should start?
I thought I should start.
Did you go to Doc and have that conversation, or you just like, fuck it?
You know what? I was like,
you know,
I'm gonna fall back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see how this play out. You know what I'm saying? And then it was just like, I wanted to retire after the first year, but I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna come back one more year, and I didn't even play hardly ever. But I want to give back to the young dudes. I want to show them how to prepare. I want to show them what it meant to be a pro. And I was home. And so I was just like, all right, I know this is my last year. So I'm gonna get again. I'm still gonna do the same shit I've been doing. I'm gonna get to practice early. I'm gonna lift. I'm gonna get my shots up. I'm gonna bring the young boys in. We're gonna go 101s. I'm gonna show them what it's like to be a pro. And so I gave them that, and then I was like, all right, this is it.
So say you start. You think that would have perpetuated you to a couple more years with the Clippers?
I don't know.
That's what I was going to ask you too. Was the love there, P, to keep playing?
Yeah, the love was there for sure, because that's why I said I was still coming in early.
Facts.
I was still coming in early, getting shots up, doing drills, sweat on the treadmill. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was still coming in early. I'm coming in. We got practice at 10. I'm there at like 8.
I already know.
I'm there at 8.
Making sure the young fellas.
Yeah, making sure y'all get in there. We're going to get our lift. We're going to run. We're going to go ones. And then we're going to do some shooting, and then y'all can get on the training table and get ready. Yeah, I was giving them that.
How was they receptive to that? All the vets?
No, they was respectful of it, though. They was respectful because I wasn't no other. See, this is where I saw the disconnect from the other veterans. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we see today. It's a disconnect from the OGs in the league now and the young fellas. And this is when I first saw it when I got to the Clippers. None of the older players was messing with the young dudes at all. I was just like, damn. Like, I would love to see Chris Paul or DeAndre or Blake come in here and take one of these young boys and let them work with them sometime like early or go out with them to dinner. You know, maybe they'd work with them here and there, but like it wasn't no like, young fella, let's go to dinner or let's all sit together. You know, we'll have breakfast. You know how we have breakfast and shoot on the road and
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club, we'd be all sitting together talking about, you know, whatever y'all talking about. It was like, I come in the breakfast room, nobody's sitting with each other. I'm telling you, Lord, I'm telling you, nobody's sitting with each other. I'm sitting there, I'm looking like, damn, he over here, like, what's going on? And that's when I noticed the disconnect, bro. And I was just like, damn, you know what?
It's time.
It's time for me to get on. Because I ain't never been on a team that we all always came together.
You didn't try to bring it together?
I did. I mean, I'm telling you, I did. But it was just like, you know, at that point in my career, ticket, I'm tired.
You didn't want to do all that.
I didn't want to do. I wanted to come here,
Chill.
give to the young boys. You know, hopefully we can make a run. But it was just too much mentally at this point toward the end. It was up to them. You know, it was up to them leaders to do that. I know I'm at the end and I'm like, man, I'm gonna just take the young boys under my wing and I'm gonna rock with them. And, you know, the captains and y'all figure this out. If it's something in the middle where I see it and I said it. Once I say it, it's up to y'all to try to mend it now. And so it was just been too much on me every day. You know what I'm saying? I want to come get my work in, and I was ready to go home.
You understand that's the definition of what they are probably perceiving as a veteran leader. Because when I got to Minnesota, I had younger guys. I had Zach LaVine, Andrew Wiggins, and I had Cat. And they was 3 young stars that haven't blossomed yet, right?
Right.
Drew Wiggins had probably the most talent out of all 3 of them. Zach was probably the most natural and rawest because he would go times where he had to play the point guard and look like, what the fuck is this? And then you slide him to the 2 and he'll be looking like Air Jordan out this motherfucker. You feel me? He had the ability to put shots together and make shots in overtimes and in fourth quarters that I have never seen a young boy do before. And then Cat, he had the charisma and kind of it seemed like he was already a pro. You know, Cat would come in, knew how to do an interview, spoke, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was real polished to be like a young guy. So coming in watching these 3 guys, and then I had to have uncomfortable conversations or have uncomfortable situations with all of them. To where Zach sat next to me, and I would, you know, some nights, you know, I would have to tell him some real shit. And, you know, it came off, and, you know, what's crazy? He actually took criticism very well. His dad was really hard on him. He came from like tougher backgrounds. But when I got into when I came to Minnesota, man, I noticed right away Rubio was the kind of the vet or the voice. And when I came in, I just saw everybody look at me as, hey, what do we do? And you know, if anybody know me, man, I'm a natural leader, meaning like I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna show you. So, you know, I didn't really talk a lot, but in practice, man, I was super competitive. You know, I mean, in practice, I'm on one leg and I don't do whatever. But then you know, Sam got these niggas, fuck out, everybody on the line, go. So I was, you know what I'm saying? I'm jumped back in the rookie year. So didn't have to show any favoritism or just, you know, because I'm too good, I'm 18 years into this. Nah, I jumped on the line, Now I actually try to beat these niggas. And Lord, I was actually finna beat everybody in the line one day, and Andrew Wiggins saw that, and Lord, Andrew Wiggins tapped into a whole nother, oh, hell no. And that's when I saw it, bro.
Yeah.
You bullshitting. You got another level to you. And that's what I start pushing out. Then I start working with him. No, you give him this, give him, and make his ass fight then. And then I start seeing my influence of not just how you work, but just how you work. And I was on that. I was on that uncle shit.
Right.
Nah, nigga, you put your hand, you know, I was on some uncle shit. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't their big brother, but I was like the uncle. You know what I'm saying? And then they wanted that. That's the one thing. The young kids don't know how to initiate. They don't know how to come up to me and say, hey, OG, could you help me with something?
We got to initiate.
I'll be like, oh yeah. I got to be like, hey, what's up, boy? You good? No, OG, man, I hurt my ankle the other day, man. Look at this. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel me? Like the younger generation is not the generation to go up to you and initiate anything.
No.
And if they do, they're fucking nervous and they're shy as shit. And everybody's scared of rejection these days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I find it that when I go up to a young fella, what's up, young fella, you good? Off the slap, ha. Now grip him up, now, yeah, you good? Now look him in his face, and then you'll see it. And then I'll try to initiate the conversation and get it going. And then once it's going, you'll get the interaction. So I think it's on the vets. I think it's on the vets to initiate a lot of the conversation. I think it's on the vets to initiate a lot of the knowledge and the exchange. But a lot of times too, I'm gonna be honest, man, these young boys feeling themselves too. So young boy might be wanting to hear what Pete talking about. Man, I'm doing me. Shit, you was young like me once, right? So some of the young boys don't want to hear no direction. Yeah. They doing it how they want to do it. So with guys like that, I'm like, you know, kudos, go ahead, bro, you got it. And it always come back around like the boomerang. You feel me? Nigga fucked up something, came back. Oh man, OG man, and that's being young. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in here who was young can understand that.